Hey, what's good, champions? Arian, Tyson here. Just wanted to shoot a quick video and really talk about why you need to be careful about your fantasies, because your fantasies can become your biggest enemies. What do I mean by that? What I'm learning is, and I learned this a long time ago, and people wonder why I'm so quiet. But one thing that I noticed is that the older you become, the more quiet you become. Because life has a way of humbling you gradually as you get older. You realize how sometimes you've wasted your time on a lot of nonsense. And you know what the biggest nonsense creator of them all is? Right here. Our mind. Right here. And the fantasies it likes to project into every facet of our lives. You likely fantasized your way into headaches and heartaches hundreds of times in the past. And you're not alone either. Because pretty much all of us at some point are guilty of that. We will stress ourselves out because of fantasies. We will become stagnant and procrastinate to the point of failure because of fantasies, because we've already pictured in our minds that we're going to fail. So you know what? Guess what? We don't even try. We will get angry with others, with ourselves, and with the world at large because of fantasies. And this might seem hard to believe at first. So let me give you some examples. When we wake up in the morning and immediately start fantasizing and worried about all the things that we have to do, we aren't really doing anything but adding additional stress to an otherwise pleasant morning. When we fear the potential of us failing and we procrastinate in our response to fear, our fearful fantasies force us to miss great opportunities at being successful. When someone upsets us, and this is often because they aren't behaving to our fantasy of how they should behave. This frustration then stems not from the behavior, but from how their behavior differs from our fantasy. You've seen it happen in business. You've seen it happen in friendships. You've seen it happen in relationships. You've even seen it happen in marriages. You've seen families ripped apart because of this fantasy. And people would rather choose to deal with fantasy than deal with reality. And that's a dangerous game to play. And what we must realize is, of course, at some point, sometimes we get out of our own heads long enough to focus on the present and make the best of it. But it's not often enough. So remind yourself as often as necessary to see the moment for what it really is, not for what you think it should be. Accept it so you can make the best of it. More through each day. Move through each day and practice seeing life as it is. Do what you have to do without worrying. Without worrying about fearing the worst. Lamenting about what might happen, or obsessing over how difficult your work is. Just begin taking one day at a time, one step at a time, and do the very best you can. See others for who they are and accept them without needless judgments. Choose not to allow their behavior, however, to dominate your thoughts and emotions. Just be present and accepting. Then decide if you want to spend extra time with them. Then decide if you want to spend extra time with them, and if not, part ways peacefully. There's a right way to do it. There's a wrong way to do it. Carry your presence with you wherever you go. Appreciate the little moments. Remind yourself that there are a few joys in life that equal a good laugh, that equal a good conversation, a good morning walk, a good afternoon hug, a good deep breath at the end of the day. In the end, we can fantasize all we want, but it doesn't improve our reality. So let's replace our fantasies with full presence and invest our best into what we've got right here and right now. So I wanted to share that with you, and I trust that it was of value to you. If it was, feel free to leave me a comment. Feel free to share this video with someone. And if you haven't already done so, follow me on YouTube, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and then you can also like my fan page on Facebook. But I trust that it was of value to you today. And remember, in life, you have two choices. You can make moves or you can make excuses, but you most certainly cannot do both. It's yours truly, Arian Tyson, the movie motivator, and I will talk to you on the next one. Peace.